and welcome to the English classroom. Myself Yasmin Sheikh, and we are going to start with unit 1.5, that is Joan of Arc, from your English textbook. It's a beautiful play written by George Bernard Shaw. George Bernard Shaw, 1856 to 1950, was an Irish playwright and critic. He wrote more than 60 plays during his lifetimes, and his major plays are Man and Superman, Pygmalion, and Saint John. The present is an extract from Saint John. The war fought between England and France from 1337 to 1453 has come to be known as 100 Years' War. Joan was a peasant girl born in eastern France who led the French army to several victories during this war. This play begins at the time when all of northern France and some parts of the southwest were under foreign control. The English controlled some parts and the Burgundians controlled the others. The city of New Orleans, one of the few remaining French cities, was held by the English. The year is 1429. Captain Robert de Baudricourt, a military officer, is seated at the table. His steward stands facing him. Robert, I told you to throw the girl out. You have 50 armed soldiers and a dozen of strong servants to carry out my orders. Are you afraid of her? Robert asks his assistant, that is his steward, that why don't you remove Joan of Arc, who is waiting down and she has a demand. Robert is a Captain Robert of Baudricourt. He is a military officer. Steward, no sir, we are afraid of you, but she puts courage in us. She really doesn't seem to be afraid of anything. Perhaps you could frighten her, sir. Robert grimly, perhaps. Where is she now? Steward, down in the courtyard, sir. Robert goes to the window and asks the soldiers to send the girl up. The girl enters. And who is that girl? She is Joan of Arc. She is a well-built, strong country girl of 17 to 18 years. The squares glare. He stares at her, neither frightens her nor stops her. She speaks quite confidently. Joan, good morning, Captain Squire. You are to give me a horse and an armor and some soldiers and send me to the Dauphin. These were the demands made by Joan of Arc. She says you have to give me one horse, you have to give me an armor which the soldiers are wearing, and give me a few soldiers. I don't require many. So we have finished page number 29. Now we are proceeding on to page number 30. You can see in your textbook and also read along with me. Okay. Robert says, now further dialogue is of Robert. This girl is mad. Why didn't you tell me so, you blockhead? Blockhead means a foolish person. You're such a foolish person, blockhead. Steward, sir, do not anger her. Give her what she wants. I shall send you back to your father with orders to put you under lock and key. Lock and key is a phrase which means you are a peasant girl, so I'll give the orders to your father, and what will your father do? He will lock you up in a room and you won't be able to go. In those days, girls were not given so much freedom to go out and fight in a battlefield along with the soldiers. Joan, you think you will, Squire? But it won't happen that way. You said you would not see me, but here I am. She challenges Robert. Robert, so you are assuming that I will give you what you want? Joan, yes, Squire, continues busily. A horse will cost 16 francs. It is a big amount of money, but I can save it on the armor. I don't need beautiful armor made to my measure. I can find a soldier's armor that will fit me well enough. I shall not want many soldiers. The Dauphin will give to me all I need to free Orleans. Robert, shocked. To free Orleans? Who is Dauphin? The meaning is given there in the blue part. The oldest son of the king of France, the one who would become the king after his father. That means the eldest son of the kingdom. When Joan challenges Robert that you please help me, give me all my demands, complete all my demands, Robert is very surprised, he's shocked. He said, you're going to lead the army, a girl, and that too a small girl like 17, 18 years old, and you're going to free Orleans also. Now the character of Joan can also be compared to the Queen of Jhansi, that is Rani ki Jhansi, Jhansi ki Rani, where you find, there is a lot of similarities between the two characters. Joan of Arc and the Queen of Jhansi, where they both are courageous. In those days, women were not allowed to go and fight in the battlefield. They not only led the armies, but they also had several victories. So, Joan of Arc is similar. Robert, shocked. To free Orleans. Joan, simply, yes, squire. 3 men will be enough for you to send with me. Polly and Jack have promised to come with me. Robert, you mean Monsieur de Poligny? Monsieur is a French word for Mr. Joan, yes, squire. Jack will come willingly. He is a very kind gentleman and gives me money to give to the poor. I think John Godsey will come, and Dick the archer and their servants, John of Horncourt and Julian. There will be no trouble for you, squire. I have arranged it all. You only have to give the order. So Joan is all ready. Joan of Arc is all ready. She has made her plans, who will come with her and how they are going to reach the Dauphin. Robert to the steward. Is this true about Monsieur de Poligny? Steward eagerly. Yes, sir. And about Monsieur de Metz too. They both want to go with her. Robert goes to the window and shouts in the courtyard. Send Monsieur de Poligny to me, will you? He turns to Joan. Now we are proceeding on to page number 31. Okay. Get out and wait in the yard. Joan smiling brightly at him. Right, squire. She goes out. Robert to the steward. Go with her. Stay within call and keep your eyes on her. I shall have her up here again. The steward retreats hastily. Hastily means unwillingly. Burton de Poligny, a French guard, enters, salutes and stands waiting. Robert, she says you, Jack and Dick have offered to go with her. What for? Do you take her crazy idea of going to the Dauphin seriously? Poligny slowly. There is something about her. It may be worth trying. Robert, oh come on, Polly, you must be out of your mind. Poligny, unmoved. What is wrong with it? The Dauphin is in Chinon. Chinon is one of the cities in France. Like a rat in the corner, except that he won't fight. The English will take Orleans and he will not be able to stop that. It means even the Dauphin has given up. He is hiding in Chinon. He is not ready to fight. But if this girl is confidently saying that I can free Orleans, just send me over there, that means there is something about her. Robert, he beat the English the year before last at Montargis and I was with him. Poligny, but his men are cowed. Now he can't work miracles, and I tell you that nothing can save our side now but for a miracle. Robert, miracles are all right, Polly. The only difficulty about them is that they don't happen nowadays. Poligny, I used to think so. I am not so sure now. There is something about her. I think the girl herself is a bit of miracle. Anyhow, this is our last chance. Let's see what she can do. Now Poligny has a lot of trust of Joan of Arc. He feels that Joan of Arc has all the potentials of a good warrior. She is a good leader and she can inspire and motivate the French soldiers to fight against the Englishmen. Robert, wavering, you really think that? Poligny, turning, is there anything else left for us to think? Let's take a chance. Her words may have put fire into me. Put fire into me means have inspired or motivated me. It's an idiom. Robert, giving up. Phew, you are as mad as she is. Now see, we are going on to page number 32. You can see there on your screen. Poligny obstinately. Obstinately means in a stubborn and in a firm manner. We want a few mad people now. See where the same ones have landed us. Robert, I feel like a fool. Still, if you feel sure. Poligny, I feel sure enough to take her to Chinon unless you stop me. Robert, do you think I ought to have another talk with her? Poligny going to the window. Yes, Joan, come up. Joan enters. Poligny gravely, seriously. Be seated, Joan. Robert, what is your name? They always called me Jenny in Lorraine. Here in France, I am Joan and the soldiers call me the maid. So here she says, I've got 3 names. I am called Jenny in Lorraine, France. They call me Joan and the soldiers in the battlefield, they call me the maid. Robert, how old are you? 17. So they tell me it might be 19. I don't remember. She doesn't have a birth certificate. She says, I don't remember whether I am 17 or 19. Robert, I suppose you think raising a siege is as easy as chasing a cow out of a meadow. Meadow means a farm. Raising a siege means surround from all the sides to attack the enemy. So he's saying it's not that easy to, to make a plan and fight in a battlefield. So do you think it's as easy as chasing a cow out of a battlefield? You think soldiering is anybody's job? Joan, I don't think it can be very difficult if God is on our side. Now, Joan of Arc has a lot of faith in God. She has a lot of visions coming to her, and she is confident that God is definitely going to help them to fight against the English. Robert Grimley, have you ever seen the English soldiers fighting? Have you ever seen them plundering? Plundering means looting, burning, turning the countryside into a desert. Have you heard no tales of the prince who is the devil himself, or of the English king's father? That means they are the characters who are almost like a villain. They will kill you. They will just, defeat you within a very short time. Joan, you do not understand, Squire. Our soldiers are always beaten because they are fighting only to save their skin. Now, save their skin is an idiom which means to save their lives. And the shortest way to save your skin is to run away. Now, Joan of Arc says our soldiers are always running off from the field the moment they feel that they are going to get defeated. They don't have courage. And what they lack is the most important thing, that is patriotism, the feeling of patriotism. If you have courage, if you have patriotism, and even if you are in few numbers, you can fight a huge army. We have seen history, in Indian history, we have seen, so many battles fought like this, fought by Shivaji Maharaj and so many others. But I will teach them all to fight for France, and then they will drive the soldiers before them like sheep. You and Polly will live to see the day when there will not be a single soldier on the soil of France. We proceed on to page number 33. That is the last page. Robert to Polingy. This may all be nonsense, Polly. This may all be nonsense, Polly, he says. This may all be nonsense, Polly. But the troops might just be inspired by it, though nothing that we say seems to put any fire into them. Robert tells Polingy that, see, we have tried so much to, inspire and motivate the French soldiers. But we have no chance also. This is our last chance. Let's try it out. Even the Dauphin might believe it, but if she can put some fight into him, she can put it into anybody. Robert, turning to Joan, now you listen to me and don't cut in before I have time to think. Your orders are that you are to go to Chinon under the escort of this gentleman and 3 of his friends. Joan, radiant, brightly, clasping her hands. Oh, thank you, Squire. Polingy, how is she to get into the royal presence, Robert? I don't know. How did she get into my presence? I will send her to Chinon, and she can see I sent her. Then let come what may. Let come what may is a phrase which means let anything happen. I can do no more. Joan, and the dress? I may have a soldier's dress, Squire. Robert, take what you please. I wash my hands of it. Wash my hands of it means I do not take any responsibility of it. Joan, widely excited by her success. Come, Polly. She dashes out. Robert, shaking Polingy's hand. Goodbye, old man. I am taking a big chance. Few other men have done it. But as you can see, there is something about her. Yes, Polingy says, there is something about her. Written by George Bernard Shaw. With this lesson comes to an end. It's a play where you can compare, you'll get a question, compare the character of Joan of Arc with any Indian queen, and that queen can be the Queen of Jhansi. And so we have seen that a small girl who is hardly 16, 17 years old, and she's ready to, put fire into the defeated also, you can say in a way, the French soldiers to fight against the English. With this, we come to an end of this lesson. We stop here. Thank you and have a nice day.